Hey, what's going on, guys? So Apple released iOS 16.0.3 to the public. Now, this is a minor update that addresses a few fixes and security updates for your iPhone, mainly on the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max models. So let's go ahead and talk about those fixes and those security updates. Okay, so the first thing has to do with iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max models. So there was an issue where incoming call and app notifications may be delayed or not delivered at all. So I imagine that was an issue with the dynamic island. So that should be fixed now. The second issue here had to do with iPhone 14 models, and that's where you would get a low microphone volume during a CarPlay phone call. So if you're using Apple CarPlay and you were noticing with your new iPhone 14 that you had low volume on phone calls, well, that should be fixed now as well. And then the final thing here to do with iPhone 14 models was with the camera. So if you had an iPhone 14 Pro or Pro Max, there was a problem where the camera may be slow to launch or switch between the different cameras. So you know how you can switch between your ultra wide, your wide, etc. Well, there was an issue where that was a little bit slow. So that should be fixed now. Now the final fix here has to do with all iPhones, and that is the mail crashing on launch after receiving a malformed email. So if you had an email that had some strange characters in it, it could crash the mail app. So that should be fixed on all devices running iOS 16. Now, unfortunately, there are a lot more bug fixes that were not addressed or Apple didn't mention that they fixed to do with iPhone 14 models. Overall, the 14 has been a pretty buggy launch for Apple. Definitely probably one of the more buggy ones that I've ever seen. So I'm kind of glad that I'm still here with my 13 Pro, but there's still a lot of things they're going to have to address. Maybe they'll address them in 16.1 when that comes out, although I think a beta came out today and it's still showing a lot of those problems. So not really sure what's going on with all of that stuff, so hopefully they'll address those things in some later updates. And then finally, we can talk about the security updates. So there is a security page that Apple makes that you can go to and view the different releases so you can check out what has been fixed security-wise. So first off, we see that yesterday Apple released watchOS 9.0.2, and then we have 16.0.3 for iOS. Now, interestingly enough, there is only one security update here, and it has to do with mail. So this is probably also kind of ties into the mail bug fix. So it must have also been a security thing as well. So it says, available for iPhone 8 and later. So it says processing a maliciously crafted email message may lead to a DNS, denial of service. So it says an input validation issue was addressed with improved memory validation. So that must be a security fix tying into the malformed email bug fix, but that is the only security thing that they actually list this time around. And guys, that's all new here for 16.0.3. Again, relatively minor thing, just addressing a few more bugs and that security issue there. 16.1 is still in beta. There's still a lot of beta releases. There's actually one released today. So we should be getting pretty close to that soon. And hopefully we'll be getting close to iPadOS 16 launching sometime this month. I imagine probably closer to the end of the month, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today in this video. Thanks for watching the channel as always, and I will catch you all in the next one.